Hello everyone, welcome you all in the online lectures. In previous lecture, we discussed the syllabus for the course CHO 353. So there are two options A and B. Among these two, we will be going to start a B, that is option B, CHO 353B. So here we have to discuss two major topics, that is one is called as a retrosynthesis and second one is called as a heterocyclic chemistry. So in retrosynthesis, we already discussed that this topic is covered near about 24 lectures. We have to discuss in the 24 lectures. So here we will be start the retrosynthetic analysis. So retrosynthetic analysis means, suppose we want to plan a synthesis of some molecule. That means in the organic chemistry we want to study many reactions. So in many reactions we are taking some reagents and we are adding another reagent, so it will be converted into another product. So that means there are different steps which are used for the synthesis, and if we going backward for this synthesis called as a retrosynthesis, that means suppose there is some molecule and we want to synthesize this molecule from some reagents, we have to plan a retrosynthetic analysis, right? So that means we have to break down this molecule into a small fragments in a such way that so these molecules are easily available, and these are the, we can say, easily available with lower cost, and this can be available in the market, and therefore we have to plan the retrosynthesis. So retrosynthesis is nothing but, so this is the imaginary, so this is not a, we can say actually this is imaginary but logical. Imaginary but logical, this is very important. That means if we synthesizing some molecule, then the synthesis will be easy, and this can be represented as a known reaction, and we have to plan for synthesis of this retro synthesis of molecule, and this synthesis must be illogical. That means this is the imaginary and logical reverse chemical reaction of the molecule, right? This is called as a retrosynthesis. So in retrosynthesis, suppose we are taking one simple example. Suppose there is a alcohol, suppose this is a CH3, then CN, OH and CH3, right? Suppose this molecule we want to synthesize, then what will we do? We will going to break down this molecule into a such a way that so this can be easily available. So that means suppose we will be break this molecule in such a way that it gives formation of acetone CH3 C double bond O CH3 plus Cn minus, right? So this is called as a retrosynthesis, where break down this molecule in a such that these molecules are easily available. So that means we know that this acetone is easily available, and this cyanide minus, it can be taken from sodium cyanide or it can be taken from the potassium cyanide, right? Or sometimes we can take this as from the methyl cyanide or so on. So that means this is a logical fragmentation of the molecule, and from this logical fragmentation we are converting it into a small molecule such that they can be easily available. So this is called as a retrosynthesis, right? So in this retrosynthesis we want to study some important concept, and for that we must know the arrows, right? In retrosynthesis we are using arrow in such a way that so this is the arrow that can be used for the retrosynthesis. That means this can be possible, this is not exact, this is a possible way of the breakdown of the molecule. This is called as a arrow. So this arrow is preferably used in the retrosynthesis. Second arrow, we can use this curve arrow. So this curve arrow is used to break down the molecule and the transfer of the electron to this atom. That means suppose this is a bond, suppose this containing carbon, and here is suppose here is OH and suppose there is carbon, right? So that means we are breaking this molecule, this oxygen carbon we are breaking, then electron will be transferred from this bond to the carbon atom. So that means it will be converted into O plus and C minus, right? So this arrow that can be used for the migration of electron and the breakdown of the molecule. And this arrow, so this gives formation of product. That means when the two reagents, reagent A plus reagent B will be react with each other and it gives formation of compound C. So this arrow can be used for the formation of the reaction. So such arrow can be used in retrosynthesis. Then some important concepts so that can be also used in the retrosynthesis, or some definitions or some terms that can be used in the retrosynthesis. Out of these, first term is called as a target molecule. Target molecule. Target molecule, it can be denoted by the term Tm, right? Tm, Tm1, Tm2, Tm3, that is called as a target molecule. Target molecule is the molecule which molecule we have to synthesize by the chemical process, right? Or the molecule can be break down into a small fragments or small molecules. So this is called as a target molecule. Suppose example, here we are taking cyanohydrin. Cyanohydrin is the target molecule which we want to synthesize by the reversal reaction. So this is called as a target molecule. So there are number of target molecules which we want to synthesize from the reversal of reaction. So this is called target molecule. Then second term is called as a disconnection. Disconnection. Disconnections is nothing but, that means when we are breaking the molecule, we are using the arrow such that is called as a retrosynthetic arrow. So that means it is a possible way to break down the molecule. This is called as a disconnection, right? So disconnection, that means we have to disconnect the molecule, we have to break down the molecule. Suppose this is the example, then we are breaking this molecule in such a way that, and we are using arrow. So that is called as a disconnection, right? So this is called disconnection. Then after that, the third term is called as a synthone. Synthone is nothing but, this is the term, or this is the fragmented molecule. When we are disconnecting the molecule, whatever the charge ions or charge molecules are formed, this is called as a synthones. Synthone, suppose we are taking same example, then here it gives formation of CH3, C double bond O CH3, plus there is formation of cyanide ion, right? So these ions or molecules when fragmented, these are called as a synthones, right? Synthones, synthons are nothing but these are the positively or negatively charged molecules which can be fragmented by the possible way by the logical disconnection. So this is called as a synthons. Then fourth term is called as a synthetic equivalence. Synthetic equivalence. Synthetic equivalents are nothing but these are the molecule. These are the molecule which are formed by the synthons. So that means the synthons are nothing but positively and negatively charged molecules, and synthetic equivalents are their neutral form of these synthetic for the synthons. Neutral molecules of the synthons. Suppose we are taking cyanide ion minus, its synthetic equivalent is suppose NaCN, right? Or suppose its synthetic equivalent will be KCN, right? Or sometimes suppose there is another molecule. Suppose we are taking as a CH3, COCH3. Suppose this is a synthone. So in this synthone we are taking as a plus, right? Suppose this is carbocation, and then its synthetic equivalent will be CH3, COH, CH3, CN, right? So this is the synthetic equivalent. Synthetic equivalent is nothing but the neutral form of synthone called as a synthetic equivalent. So this is the one more term. Then next term is called as a reagent. We know that reagent are nothing but these are the molecules which can be fragmented. The target molecule is fragmented into a simple molecule which is available, that is called as a reagent. And from that reagent we are planning the synthesis of the target molecule. This is called as a reagent. Suppose we are taking one more example. Suppose here is one example, that is cyanohydrin CH3 CN OH CH3. Suppose we are breaking this molecule in such a way that this OH molecule will be gives formation of C double bond O CH3. It gives formation of acetone plus there is formation of Cn minus. Its synthetic equivalent will be suppose NaCN or KCN, right? Then this acetone will be prepared from the, we can say, alcohol. Here we are converting this molecule into CH3 OH CH3, right? So this is the function group interconversion, that means carbonyl compound converted into alcohol, because alcohol can be easily oxidized into carbonyl compound. Then it can be easily prepared from the CH3 C double bond CH C double bond CH2, and it can be prepared from the CH3 CH2 CH, that is called as a, we can say, propane. Suppose this is the synthetic route, or we can say a disconnection of this target molecule into a different fragmented molecule. So this cyanohydrin will be converted into acetone will be converted into alcohol into propane into a propane. Right? So this propane is easily available in the natural gas, and therefore this propane is called as a reagent. Right? If we see, then the next term is called as a FGI. That is called as a function group interconversion. It can be denoted by FGI, that is function group interconversion. Sometimes we are converting the synthone or synthetic equivalent into the another function group which can be easily prepared, that is called as a function group interconversion. Suppose this is target molecule, and if we want to see all these terms into this target molecule, so this is called as a target molecule. Cyanohydrin is called as a target molecule. Then among these, this is called as a disconnection. This is disconnection. These are the disconnecting route for the disconnection of this target molecule. Then next is called as a synthone. Synthone is called as a cyanide ion is the synthone, right? And synthetic equivalent, sodium cyanide is the synthetic equivalent for this synthone. Then the next is called as a reagent. Reagent is the propane, is the reagent which is used for the synthesis. And FGI, here we are converting this ketone into alcohol by the conversion of group, that is called as a function group interconversion, right? So these are the very important terms which are used into the retrosynthetic analysis. Next point is criteria for good disconnection. That means if we disconnect the molecule, or if we fragment the molecule, or if we are going to retrosynthesis, there are some conditions or there are some criteria that can be used for the good retrosynthesis, or we can use for the good, we can say, disconnection. Among these, one criteria is called as a first condition. So that means make synthone as short as possible. Make synthesis as short as possible. That means there are number of possible ways that can be used for the breakdown of the molecule or retrosynthesis of molecule, and among that ways you have to choose a route which is shortest route for the retrosynthesis analysis. That means we can say that make synthesis as short as possible. That means we have to choose a route in such a that the synthesis will be a short, we can say, path length. Then we have to choose disconnection in a such a way that so this can be converted into a known reagents. That means connection, there is a known reagent will be available. That means we have to break down this molecule in such a way that when the disconnection is completed, whatever reagent, or we are stopping at the point where the reagents are easily available, then the reagent must be easily available with known, and the reaction will give a high yield. That means the maximum yield will be obtained during the synthesis. So this is the second criteria. That means we have to choose a disconnection in a such way that it will be stopped at the known reagent and it gives a high yield of the reaction. Then third disconnection, the disconnection will give a known, or we can say possible or logical carbocation and carbanion, right, cation and anion, in a such a way that So this can be easily available, or this can be a good carbocation or good anion. That means we can say that this is a logical, and this is called as a, we have to disconnect the molecule in a such a way that the synthons are good, right? Then the fourth condition, or we can say fourth criteria, if the function group is present, disconnect the molecule in the middle. If the function group is present, suppose if function group is present, then we have to break the molecule in a such a way that, as middle as possible. That means suppose if function group is there, then we have to break the molecule as middle as possible so that it can be converted into a equal function group molecule, or we can say that equal molecules. That means we have to break the molecule as middle as possible so that it can be easily converted into a synthons, right? Then the next condition, if there is branching is present, suppose branching is present, we have to disconnect the branching. Disconnect the branching, suppose that means this is the molecule, then we have to disconnect molecule at the branching position so that it can be converted into easily logical synthons. That means if the branching is present, if the function group is present, we have to break down the function group as middle as possible, or suppose branching is present, we have to break the molecule as middle as possible by the, or we can say a branching. Then if the aromatic compound is there, and if the side branch chain will be there, do not break the aromaticity. That means it is difficult to form again the aromatic compound, and therefore we have to disconnect the molecule at the side chain of the aromatic ring and do not disturb the aromaticity, right? So these are the some possible criteria which can be used to disconnect the molecule. That means we have to make the synthesis as short as possible. That means there is number of possible ways. Among that, we have to choose as a route in such a way that the synthesis will be short as possible. Then we have to choose a disconnection which can be used a known reagent, and the reaction will give high yield. Then we have to disconnect the molecule which can be used a good carbocation and carbanion. That means synthons. Then if the function group are present, we have to break down the molecule as middle as possible. If the side branching is present or branching is present, again we have to break down the molecule as middle as possible so that it can be easily converted into synthon. And if the aromatic compounds is present, and there is, if there suppose there is side branch is there, we have to break the molecule to the side branching, do not disturb the aromaticity. So these are the some possible criteria for good disconnection. So friends, we can stop here. From the next lecture, we will start actual disconnecting the molecule. That means some target molecule, and we have to break down the molecule. There are number of examples, that is one group disconnection, then alcohols, amines, ethers, then two group disconnection, 1,2 disconnection, 1,3 disconnection. So that will be discussed in the upcoming lectures. So today we can stop here. Thank you for watching video. Thank you.